This is ABC 7 News at 5:30. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Welcome back. Although Tropical Storm Colin is just a memory, there are still some lasting signs of its landfall.
Assessment teams have been surveying the damage last week's storm caused to the beaches here on the Suncoast. ABC 7's Rick Adams has details on their findings.
Officials from Sarasota and Manatee counties continue to assess the damage to our beaches from Tropical Storm Colin. As of right now, things are looking really good. It could have been a lot worse. That's the reaction we're getting from officials up and down the Suncoast regarding the beach damage from last week's tropical storm. In Sarasota County, assessment on the beaches is looking very positive.
Sarasota County did certainly lose sand in certain areas along our Gulf shoreline, but really for the most part, we really didn't have the serious hit that was at least potential.
In Manatee County, the assessment on the beaches is looking just as good.
We fared very well with Tropical Storm Colin, but for those individuals that were damaged, that's very detrimental to them.
Although the beaches did well in Sarasota and Manatee counties, there were homes and businesses that did suffer damage. Those amounts could run in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. The historic Bridge Street Pier in Bradenton Beach suffered minor damage, and the day dock at the pier remains closed because of damage caused by sunken boats. It'll cost at least $25,000 to get it up and running, which could take up to a month.
The day dock has extreme damage to it. It will need to be replaced.
Longboat Key took the brunt of the hit from the storm, losing lots of sand that was just laid down as part of a $20 million beach renourishment project. Officials there are still assessing the damage. Tropical Storm Colin did cause a number of sea turtle nests and eggs to wash away, both in Sarasota County and on Anna Maria Island.
We don't have the hard numbers compiled yet, but we have seen some nests have been washed out.
As you can see, the little erosion that has occurred from Tropical Storm Colin hasn't stopped beachgoers from enjoying a little fun in the sun. Reporting from Lido Beach, I'm Rick Adams, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Rick, thank you. New details tonight on a deadly lightning strike in East Manatee County. Manatee County Sheriff's deputies say 47-year-old Floridor Kersizan was loading a truck with two other workers at Faulkner Farm off State Road 64 last night when a storm rolled in. All three of the workers were struck by lightning. Kersizan was pronounced dead at the hospital. The two other workers were treated and released. Sarasota County Sheriff's investigators are looking for the person who may have set fire to a rabbit. It happened Sunday afternoon along Lorenzo Avenue in Northport. That rabbit was taken to a rehabilitation clinic in Venice where a veterinarian said its injuries may have been caused by an intentional act. Investigators believe the domestic rabbit suffered these injuries within the last week. Fortunately, the animal is expected to survive.
Tonight, the Holmes Beach Commission will discuss a possible moratorium on chain businesses. Plans are in the works to open a Baskin-Robbins and Dunkin' Donuts in a plaza on East Bay Drive. Commissioners are looking at ways to preserve Anna Maria Island and its old Florida feel. The proposed moratorium will be discussed during a commission meeting tonight.
A private tax software company is laying off dozens of local workers. Vertex intends to lay off about 100 employees by the end of the year. The company is ending its legacy income tax software platform that was based in Sarasota County in favor of a newer enterprise platform. Vertex plans to keep 70 workers in Sarasota. Those employees will now shift to work on the company's newest corporate tax software. Sarasota County wants to help people grow their business. The county is offering free classes from June through to September that will show business owners and nonprofits how to become more energy efficient, improve their workplace environment, attract customers, and strengthen their bottom line. Those classes start at noon or 5 p.m. Contact the county if you'd like to reserve a spot.
A follow-up now on the plans to build a new public library in Venice. Sarasota County announced last week the new library building will be built on the site of the old library, which was closed in January due to mold concerns. An architect has now been hired and is working on the preliminary plans.
It's our responsibility to look at what have people told us that they want in that new service, and then what combination of criteria and factors contribute to the best location.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7, we'll take a look at what caused the library to close in the first place and when construction on the new one will begin. A lot of people anxiously awaiting that.
Yeah. Library on a day like today sounds good.
Air
Because of
conditioning.
Air conditioning, yeah, that's where you want to
right.
be. Here's Bob with more.
That's right. A little bit more on that lightning death that occurred in Manatee County yesterday. And I kind of reviewed the radar picture and showed the storm just kind of popped up at around 4:50, a little bit of a light rain shower, and within 20 minutes it started generating a tremendous amount of lightning. So it doesn't take long for a storm this time of year to start to develop lightning, about 20 minutes in general. And as far as lightning deaths go so far for 2016, we're at a total of 5 right now, 1 in Louisiana, 1 in Alabama, Mississippi, and 3 in Florida. So we have a majority of them right here. And the one in Manatee County, obviously loading a truck outdoors. Martin County was a family picnic on an open grass field. In Palm Beach County, they were actually doing some lawn work near a tree. And remember that if you're close enough to hear the thunder, you should be indoors because lightning can occur outside that rain area, and they do pop up quickly. Right now, not much rain around to cool us off. The heat index at 97 degrees. Dew point is at 72. Much more in our forecast coming up in a few minutes. Back to you.
Bob, thank you. President Obama and Hillary Clinton are slamming the anti-Muslim rhetoric in the wake of the Orlando nightclub massacre. The president did not name presumptive Republican nominee Donald Trump, but Clinton did, and they were both saying almost the same things. A simultaneous 1-2 punch from President Obama and Hillary Clinton aimed at Donald Trump.
Are we going to start treating all Muslim Americans differently?
Trump's words will be, in fact, they already are, a recruiting tool for ISIS.
In his most forceful comments yet of this campaign season, the president blasting Trump's call for a ban on Muslim immigration.
Because that's not the America we want. It doesn't reflect our democratic ideals. It won't make us more safe, it will make us less safe.
Trump has said the president and Clinton must call the Orlando shooting radical Islamic terrorism or else resign.
There's no magic to the phrase radical Islam. It's a political talking point. It's not a strategy.
In the end, it didn't matter what we called bin Laden. It mattered that we got bin Laden.
On Twitter, Trump replied, but not directly. Thank you to the LGBT community. I will fight for you while Hillary brings in more people that will threaten your freedoms and beliefs. And once again, both President Obama and Clinton called for action on gun control.
Enough talking about being tough on terrorism. Actually be tough on terrorism and stop making it easy as possible for terrorists to buy assault weapons.
The NRA has endorsed Donald Trump. Yesterday, he said Hillary Clinton wants to take away Americans' guns, and he promised to work with gun groups to help Americans protect themselves.
Police in Amarillo, Texas are investigating a deadly shooting inside of a Walmart store. The Amarillo Police Department says officers responded to a reported shooting inside the store earlier today. Police aren't releasing many details, but say the suspect was shot and killed. The Randall County Sheriff's Office says it is considering the incident a workplace dispute. Police are still asking people to stay away from the area as they investigate.
And we have yet another only in Florida story tonight. An 11-foot alligator found dead in a storm drain near Fort Myers. Lee County officials found the gator yesterday after nearby residents complained about clogged drains and a very bad smell. The Department of Transportation searched for the cause of the odor, and they found that gator about 3 feet below ground in a catch basin. The decaying gator was removed and disposed of at a dump site. Oh, I can only imagine.
I've had some clogged sinks and all that at my place, so I'm wondering if there's a gator somewhere in the plumbing. I hope not.
Have someone else check it.
Yeah, not me.
Still to come in your Suncoast News, spending money for Cuba trips.
A Florida bank is making it easier for Americans to buy things on the island. That story straight ahead.
What does it mean when New South Window says Factory Direct?
It means we have a factory.
It means we eliminate the middleman.
It means you get an award-winning, energy-efficient window at factory direct pricing.
Plus, New South windows are made in Florida.
Ford Florida Homes.
By Florida workers. Because we know Florida weather.
Bring your measurements this Saturday from 9 to 4 to get huge discounts. New South Window. We manufacture, we install, we guarantee. Call now.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, because Sarasota Ford guarantees you our lowest price on every new Ford every day. Save on America's best-selling truck, 39 years running, the Ford F-150. Fusions, Escapes, over 800 vehicles on site or online, all on sale. Buy with 0% for 60 months. And now get up to 2,000 trade assistance. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
I'm Dale Mast, and we're celebrating 40 years on the west coast of Florida. It's our 40th anniversary, and it's time for a celebration, the Culligan Hydration Celebration. For a limited time, celebrate by taking $250 off any Culligan home system. That's $250 off Culligan water softener systems, drinking water systems, or whole house water filters. Help us celebrate our 40th anniversary, and remember,
for better water, pure and simple, call today and say, "Hey, Culligan man."
An Inglewood woman has a rapidly growing tumor, and the exact cause is unknown. ABC 7's Alex Redmond talked to the woman about the health battle that she and her husband now face and joins us with their story. Alex.
Thanks, Haley. What started as a headache then turned into a seizure and a quick diagnosis began as a journey of medical procedures and unanswered questions for one Inglewood couple.
They walk hand in hand, a couple very much in love. The only gray cloud, a scar on her head.
He didn't know what it was, but he said it is a brain tumor.
Retired firefighter David Mosier says he recognized his wife having a grand mal seizure.
Ran around, opened the door, laid the seat back, turned her sideways to keep her airway open. Kept her from beating herself to death. When you're flailing around, you don't know what you're doing.
Bonnie Mosier describes what she remembers.
And so David, thank goodness, was driving, and we were on 75. And the visual migraine I was having that day was exceptionally bad.
Even when you live in paradise, life can throw you a curveball. You could be driving along, fine 1 minute, and the next, your whole world is turned upside down.
And the next thing I know, I woke up in the emergency room.
When I knew something was serious, it was because she was unconscious for about 2 hours. And that told me something's wrong.
Bonnie Mosier's glioblastoma multiforme, an aggressive brain tumor,
like a golf ball, you know, size, a little bit bigger maybe,
was operated on, but additional treatment of chemotherapy and radiation are needed. Now David Mosier, a man used to helping others, is dealing not only with his wife and his best friend's illness.
I'm probably not going to be able to make the bills, and it scares me.
Bonnie Mosier's sister Jean Korn started a GoFundMe page to offset the couple's mounting expenses.
It's really hard because there's so many unknowns, and there's going to be scary things, and there's going to be painful things, and it's life-altering, and you just gotta, I guess, one step at a time, one day at a time, but boy, it sure does knock you off your feet.
Bonnie Mosier waits to find out if she qualifies for a clinical trial at Duke University because they specialize in glioblastoma multiforme, and we wish her and her husband well. And we'll have a link to their GoFundMe page at mysuncoast.com, so you can go to health@mysuncoast.com.
And of course, this has been a huge life change, so difficult for them. How has it affected Bonnie's daily life?
Well, her husband said that something as simple, she put some toast in the toaster oven, she pushed 20 minutes. And for him being a firefighter, that was difficult. But not only that, he is only working 1 day a week now because he has to care for her, and she quit her job with the county, or is on hold for right now because she's symptomatic.
Well, we're hoping that trial maybe can bring some new hope. All right, thank you, Alex. Now let's head over to Bob and get a check on our forecast.
Thanks, Haley. We're looking at the webcam right now from the Van Wezel, looking out of downtown Sarasota. You can see once in a while some cumulus clouds building off in the distance there, but really not much rain at all near the coast. It's been relatively dry, considering this is the time of year that we start to see those afternoon and evening storms pile up along the Suncoast. We haven't had much of that today. Most of it has been inland, and it hasn't been around all that long. And in fact, these storms are running in some dry air as they start to build up into that 30 to 40,000 foot level. That dry air kind of shuts everything down for a while, so just a little bit of moisture moving off to the north. Now, some of the rain that had been around earlier did produce over an inch of rainfall there in East Manatee County. That has since moved on now, and there's some lone showers still just lingering into Highlands County, well east of I-75, and not much else going on. The flood warnings continue now for some of the area rivers near the Peace River into DeSoto County, and also the Myakka River at the Myakka State Park. A little bit of flooding going on there, and that's expected to go below flood stage by Friday in the evening. Now, as far as rainfall totals go, we had some impressive amounts with some of the rain and storms that did pop up earlier. Temperature still very warm, 90 degrees, the heat index at 97, so things haven't really cooled down much as a result of that sea breeze, although near the coast it has. If you're right on the coast, temperatures have been into the mid-80s for the most part. 91 the high today. That was above the average of 89. This morning's low. It's really warm and muggy to start things off in the morning, and that's a result of that west to southwesterly wind component we've seen over the past couple of days. No rainfall to report at the airport today. For the month, we're over 2.5 inches above average, and that was due to mainly Colin. 97 degrees in Tallahassee, 96 in Jacksonville, now 94 in Orlando. And across the area, we have temperatures into the upper 80s to near 90 degrees inland. Right near the coast, Cortez at 84, same at Braden Beach, now 85 in Punta Gorda, and Northport, you're at 89. The RPM forecast model showing not much going on tonight and tomorrow morning for that matter. We'll see a chance for a coastal shower, but not much. The actual inland storms will be few and far between because of that dry air still in place in the mid to upper levels of the atmosphere. We do have a little line of low pressure, though, which will be approaching for the weekend. You can see it on Wednesday, kind of moving down through the panhandle and Thursday, and then that will increase our moisture supply as a result of that southwesterly wind. That dry air will move out, so a better chance for some showers and some thunderstorms, and some of those storms will be some heavy rainmakers, unlike the storms we've seen today. And it looks like that pattern will persist through Saturday and Father's Day. And then Monday and Tuesday gets a little bit tricky. A couple models indicating we may see something popping up in the tropics. 88 in Omaha, 95 in Wichita, 92 in Dallas, 89 in Oklahoma City, and temperatures now over the southeast, 87 in Macon. Cooler in Atlanta, now it's 77 degrees. The boating forecast is looking pretty good. The tide's upcoming 10-11, and then that'll be a high tide, another high tide tomorrow at 9:45. The forecast I mentioned pretty good for boaters. A light chop in the bays and inland waters. The water temperature now at 85 degrees. UV index, load up on the sunscreen tomorrow. If you're going to be at the beaches, it's going to be high. Inland storms tonight, and then ending partly cloudy skies, 76. And tomorrow, look for a heat index 100 to 105, 89. The high temperature with a west wind at 5 to 10. The rain chance very small at 20%. The extended forecast is calling for better chances for rain on Thursday, but more so Friday through Sunday. And then Monday and Tuesday, there's a kind of a question mark as to whether this front will make it all the way through and dry us out, or we'll stay in the moist section and get a lot more rainfall. Back to you.
Thank you, Bob. Now to Suncoast Traffic Watch. There is an accident in South Venice. It's on US 41 at Crane Road. You may want to avoid that area.
Small Florida Bank is making it easier for Americans to travel and work in Cuba. Stonegate Bank is issuing the first U.S. credit card specifically designed for Cuba. Customers will be able to use the MasterCard to make purchases at state and private businesses there, including high-end restaurants. Until now, Americans had to bring cash to Cuba and change it either at state institutions or in informal exchanges with locals. The MasterCard will be available starting tomorrow.
Venice Airport is getting more money to increase its security. The Florida Department of Transportation is offering the city a $200,000 grant to improve security at the General Aviation Airport. The funds will go toward things like lighting, fencing, gates, and new cameras.
Welcome additions, I'm sure, to the airport.
Of course, needed. Entertainment news is next.
Did you know many dogs are returned to shelters simply because they lack obedience? Contact Canine Corral about various training programs. We train dogs and their owners. Canine Corral, where the love is.
Florida Studio Theater presents the fabulous Lipitones, now held over by popular demand. A high note leaves the Barbershop Quartet without their fourth member just before the national competition. What ensues is a comedy of misunderstanding, stereotypes, and the path to perfect harmony that critics say has laughs galore and gets right to the heart. Buy tickets now by calling 941-366-9000 or visit floridastudiotheater.org.
At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, it's all about getting more for your money.
more years, more miles, more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. Stop by to see our new state-of-the-art showroom today, and you can lease the most award-winning small SUV on the planet, a new 2016 Subaru Forester, for just $229 a month, complimentary maintenance included, at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Whether you're a homeowner looking for a professional installation or a contractor looking for top quality products, Sarasota Glass and Mirror can meet your every need.
For 42 years, Sarasota Glass and Mirror has been the area's premier supplier and installer of quality glass products for your home or business. As an authorized PGT WinGuard dealer, we know how to protect your home with everything from the PGT WinGuard impact-resistant windows and doors to shower enclosures and decorative mirrors. The Sarasota Glass and Mirror team has the knowledge to tackle any project.
Just because someone grows older, does that mean they have to grow apart from their friends or from the things they love to do? With Right at Home, it doesn't. Right at Home's professional team thoughtfully selects caregivers to help with personal care, housekeeping, meals, and most of all, staying engaged in life.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
You're welcome. Are you ready to go?
Oh, I sure am.
We can provide the right care right at home.
We've been slow smoking over oak for more than 45 years. And while sticking to tried and true traditions is kind of our thing, it doesn't hurt to throw something new in the smoker every now and then. Come get some slow smoked chicken wings at Sonny's Barbecue. Order them as an appetizer or as part of a combo with pork, baby back ribs, or both, starting at $10.99. Sonny's Barbecue, local pitmasters since '68.
Beyonce has helped raise more than $82,000 for the people of Flint dealing with the city's lead-tainted water supply.
The singer's entertainment and management company presented the United Way of Genesee County with a check for $82,234. The money was raised by Beyonce fans who contributed to the Flint Fund while they were buying tickets for her Formation tour. Beyonce's team also says 14 high school students will receive college gifts to help them pay for tuition and tickets to her concert tonight in Detroit.
Comedian Larry David isn't just perfecting his Bernie Sanders impression, he's also getting ready for an HBO comeback. The network is announcing Curb Your Enthusiasm will indeed return for a 9th season, which is pretty good news. The comedy, in which David plays an exaggerated version of himself, first aired as a special in 1999. The last original episode aired in September of 2011. A date has not yet been released for the premiere of season 9.
Cooking like Martha Stewart is about to get easier. I don't know about that. It's going to take a lot for me, but the home goods mogul is getting into the fast-growing meal kit business. Subscribers will get a box shipped to their door with Stewart's recipes and all of the ingredients needed to cook the dishes at home. The new venture is a licensing deal with existing meal kit company Marley Spoon. Marley Spoon will be renamed Martha and Marley Spoon and will tap Stewart's library of thousands of recipes.
This Thursday morning, tickets will go on sale for a Christmas concert featuring the Beach Boys. The show, called Fun, 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 will return to the Van Wezel Performing Arts Hall with the Beach Boys on December 12th. You can celebrate the holiday season in Florida style with 50 years of good vibrations, Christmas music, and hits. The Beach Boys are one of America's most iconic bands and still as powerful today as they were in their heyday. Those hits just keep living on.
And this is something the Suncoast goes crazy for, so
yeah,
that'll be a fun night. Hawaiian shirt, like a Christmas tree Hawaiian shirt you need for that or something. Yeah, that would be perfect.
Okay.
We'll be right back.
Start looking for one.
Yeah.